Yo, 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 yo. It's me. It's me. It's D with the capital C. Always have been, always will be the one and only milkman. Day 17 of Survivor. And I'm in the building. What's going on?
I'm just free. Can I tell you? Can I tell you? I went off into a thought process, a thought bubble.
Uh
And when you came on, you scared the shit out of me.
huh. Who is this? Is this a
What?
Zoom call? I thought I had my camera off. Damn it!
Oh
I thought the
gosh,
meeting
I
was over
just
with.
okay.
This is not a state
Scared
training. This is
me.
not a state training, ma'am. Oh yes, I just wanted to call and talk with you about your car's
Car's
extended
extended
warranty.
warranty.
Yeah. Ma'am, do you have a moment? Do you have
I don't have a car.
a moment? Welcome to the after show where we talk all things Survivor because that happens to be the show we're watching at the moment. Yeah, so day 17 is in the books. The show was full of blindsides. The drama is ramping up. Strategy is at an
Oh
all-time
man,
high.
it was a
I
great
feel
episode
like I
tonight.
watched a little bit of Big Brother tonight. Oh,
It was a
shit was
great
nice.
episode tonight.
It was great.
I mean, it started from the opening credits, I feel like, with
For
Owen
sure.
like coming back from the vote from Janine going. So another thing we learned. So
What?
the jury just right
Oh
there.
yes. Oh,
Jury
what?
just
Do
right there
first of
learned
all, there better be a resort on that motherfucking island. If you tell me I gotta rough it while I wait for your punk ass to get kicked off,
at the
I
very
got to
least
go.
bring me food. I still stay out in a as
Mm-mm.
long as it's
Just
not
Skype
raining.
me in for the finale episode. Just
She
Skype
said
me in.
Skype me in.
Skype me in.
But I'm gonna need some
I'm not
food.
waiting. Fuck
I'm
that.
gonna need some food. But okay, so Owen being
More
totally
than peanut
upset,
butter and jelly too.
talking to Sammy and who was the other person he was talking to? Was it Gabler?
Yep,
Yeah, Sammy and Gabler about how James had lied to his face and told
that's
them to
what he
vote for
said.
Ryan.
You
Yeah.
heard him.
And so then we wake up, it's day 17, and we wake up to a new competition. Now, this is what I didn't see.
Oh,
The
you
part
didn't
I
see the
missed.
double eviction coming?
No, I missed the I mean I watched the whole thing, but what I missed is
Right.
when they broke into the two teams. How did they decide the teams?
Oh, I was typing notes, so I wasn't even on the screen at the time. I was just listening.
Okay, so I didn't see how they split
I
into the
I don't,
teams,
I
but
don't
they
know.
split into the
Somebody in the
two
comments knows.
teams, red and blue,
They did do
right?
that.
And so um they had to hold the ball like a bowling ball looked like
So I
up with
was a
the
little disappointed in this competition. I hate to
in
cut you off.
Gabler.
No, no, not
Oh,
in Gabler, but in the competition because it was a very similar competition to last week. And up until this point, we have had three-stage competitions where they have got to run, jump, climb, go under, over, around, drag, do this together, this, that, and the third. And now back-to-back weeks, it's been an endurance competition to holding some shit. I'm all down for endurance because it really
was
is
that
a
last
battle.
week?
Yeah, last week they did the same shit except
What?
for remember the thing was gonna spin and your thing dropped down, but you had to hold it with your grip. Remember? And Gabler won. Was that last week or the week before?
No, that was the week before.
Still too close together and too similar. Shit. They was trying to get too much use out of that one damn handle. That's what they was trying to do.
Yeah, I
They said,
mean they
look,
might not have that many supplies there, so
out there on
you
the
gotta.
island, they had to just reuse that shit. Put that handle
That's
on
why.
there, get a
Look,
bowling
first
ball,
you
and
said,
hold it.
first you said you tired of them digging in the sand, so now they're using the handle, and now you need them to do
Well,
something else.
hey, you
They gonna go
first
back
of
to
all,
digging
you
in
ain't
the
gonna have
sand.
to. They got to dig something up. Every damn competition, they had to dig something up. Shit.
I mean, this is what we got to work with.
I put my phone down right in the middle of liking and sharing to get that out.
Oh, okay. So,
I got it out though. Double
um,
eviction. They don't call it that on Survivor, but it was definitely a double elimination.
elimination.
That's right, double
Um,
elimination.
So they broke into the two teams. So there was going to be two immunity idols, two different tribal councils, and the
Right.
winners got to go second in tribal, and they got peanut butter and jelly. Okay.
Now, I was
How
trying to put
excited
myself
were
in their
they?
shoes.
Yes.
I was like, would I really want this peanut butter and jelly? But I'm thinking from a steak and lobster perspective, because relatively speaking, I can have whatever I want. But if I was on the island, I think that peanut butter and jelly might come in clutch.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Did you see how they was sopping it up when they got back?
When they got to the thing, I mean,
they was
like,
shit
we'll
some
talk about the vote in a second. We got to get this peanut butter and jelly. They was eating crust and everything.
You said?
They were so excited. Cassidy especially. She kept clapping every time he mentioned the peanut butter and jelly.
You know how folks, get the and shit
every time he said it.
Ooh, that's
I can taste
and they had some real thick bread. Looked like they had some French baguettes or some shit.
It's some thick bread.
It's going to get your nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Gable said.
And then later she was licking it out the jar. Homegirl,
you ain't never seen nobody be so much appreciative for some peanut butter and jelly. But it was worse for the losing team, because they couldn't even get no rice or nothing. They had to go suffer in the pissy camp. Then they say Cody pissed all over the place. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
So do we want to talk about who won and who lost, since we done talked about what they experienced?
Oh, yes. I guess we can. Okay, so the two
might
teams.
As well. So the runner-up was Carla, which was a surprise to me. However, I am enjoying her resilience and perseverance. And I even like the statement that she made when she talked about how when she realized she could, she kept going. Like, and it's something about that, because sometimes you can defeat yourself in your mind. But it was something about when she realized she could, that it wasn't something that was going to stop her. Her old ass just kept on going. And let me tell you, her old ass is starting to slim up and shit. She going to fuck around, come out of there and be on the cover of a magazine or something.
I was impressed with the fact that she had stitches in her fingers.
And she held on to that damn thing, didn't she? She put her arthritis on there. She had it hooked like a velociraptor. Just
Yeah, she managed to hang on more than what, 7 other people.
Man, some of them was embarrassing, including Ryan. Ryan didn't do very well.
Yeah, I was surprised that he went.
I
was surprised with Gabler just because of how well he held on the last time.
What I'm trying to tell you. I thought he was gonna go farther. He didn't.
Me too. I was disappointed in Cassidy and Noelle, because I'm like, come on, girls. And then Carla came through, and I was like, all right.
Go ahead, Carla, right? So there was 2 winners tonight. The first winner was Carla, but she was not the ultimate victor in terms of getting the prize, but she did get safety. It came down to a battle between Cody and Sammy. Ryan. Oh, yeah, it was Ryan, wasn't it? Bet you wish he had held on a little bit longer now.
Yeah. Actually, he's a good sport.
Yo, what up, young one? He's in the building, man. He turns the big 3-0 on tomorrow.
What?
Hey, yeah, that's right.
Oh my goodness.
It'll be the only time we're all in our 30s. That's right.
Oh yeah, because you're old. So
you shut your ass up. I knew you was getting ready to say something. I knew as soon as I said something, you was getting ready to say something, damn it. Just let me be in my 30s, will you?
I'm going to just let that one slide.
Let me be in my 30s, all right?
Let some of them slide.
Happy birthday to the young one.
Happy birthday, Eve.
For sure. Thanks for tuning in on tonight. We are talking all things Survivor. Look, now you got him talking shit for only a month. Yeah, only a month. I will be turning 40 next month. I'm
That's
okay
all I'm
with that.
saying. You the one
I'm
brought
okay
it
with
up.
that.
You shouldn't have. You set yourself wide open for it, and then
I
just do
mean,
it.
it's we had a short period of time. We had that 1 month where we was all in our 20s. Now we got this 1 month where we all in our 30s. It's just First of all, I'm still the youngest one out of all of them, and even though I'm the oldest. That's right. You saw my video last night. I don't do nothing but keep getting younger.
Oh my goodness!
That's right. Make sure you go watch the other
I don't
content on the channel.
know if
See how
that's
young I be acting out here in these streets.
I don't know if that's true.
Yo, J Life in the building. What's going on, man?
Right
Hey,
on it. Let me
hey.
see your comment.
Jordan Munoz in the house. Time does fly fast, bro. Fuck around, be 50 before I know it. But I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be 10 o'clock if we keep getting off topic before we finish up talking about Survivor. So the big winners were Cody and Carla. However, Cody secured the peanut butter and jelly for his group. We want to talk about the flip-flopping between the two quote-unquote tribes, makeshift tribes that were created for today. Were you surprised about the conversations that were being had in terms of who was up for eviction?
No, I wasn't surprised by either conversation. These are all people that have been mentioned before from both tribes.
Right.
But what I was surprised about was that Owen found his balls. Like when Owen snapped, I was like, what? Like,
hey. It's like he
his
found his
balls in the
labels, like he
well.
was out there holding them like this. Yeah, partner.
He found his balls in the well when he went to go get his water. He put that thing down there and he pulled up more than just water because he snapped, and rightfully so. And from that point, I was just like, when James kept talking, something is like I feel bad.
It sounds like
So
my
you hear it
speakers is
now.
messed up on my computer. It sounds like
See,
I
get
had to
him
tune
out.
him in.
So I don't have to hear this anymore. Like
you know what? The more I hear it, though, the more I think he probably does have some type of speech thing or something. He probably had, throat problems or something.
His mouth looked dry. I'm telling you, he just
it
needs
sounds
water.
like you got to tune him in on an old stereo. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you got an AM station or something, you got Paul Harvey or something.
I mean, I'm gonna feel bad if we come back that he does have some sort of vocal box problem, but it's like somebody please, I can't.
Somebody help him.
It
Give
sounds
him
like
some
he has
Alka-Seltzer
like
or
something in his throat that he just
throat lozenger maybe, like a cough drop or something. Look like some tea with honey or something.
Maybe if they could find some spearmint leaves on the island that he could put in the water and boil.
Come on, man. He needs something. They might can help him. I think if anything out of this show, maybe they could get his voice together. And I really do hope it don't come from some negative place where we just been out here talking about him sound like he been gargling sand or something.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what happened. He was out there digging in them competitions and he inhaled too deep. He inhaled too deep. You're supposed to have left that there.
He needs to be drinking more.
Don't take that sand in. Let it out.
That's all it is. He needs to be drinking more water.
He got to hydrate. He needs to
maybe hydrate. Too much water on a empty stomach makes him nauseous. That does that to me. So maybe that's what it is. He ain't eating, so he can't drink that much water. I don't know.
Well, I mean,
he gonna need to get that.
Whatever the case may be, get your AM radio ass sounding ass to the throat doctor and get your shit examined. Soak it in water. Just soak your throat. Like old people soak their feet. Just soak your throat. Damn.
Like,
so let's start with Carla's. Let's start with Carla's group.
Okay.
The two main names for eviction, and I keep calling it eviction, and I don't give a damn. Elimination for eviction. I gotta just say it. I don't give a damn. We was talking about James, and we was talking about Owen. And you coming out of last week were not very impressed with James. You said James was starting to get on your nerves. And as we just was talking about, Owen and James headed out, going to the well, went to the well, and the well was dry. And James came back with his hands up high. Look, he came back with his hands up high. Owen said, "What else do I have to do to prove to you that I am loyal? I did what you told me to do, even though you had me on the wrong side of the vote." James didn't seem to understand why Owen was disgruntled. James thought that he had the votes to get Owen out, but here comes Noelle trying to win an Oscar on Survivor with this bait and switch, with stealing Owen's vote. Come on, talk to me about what we saw going on that led to the elimination. The tribe has spoken. His flame has been extinguished. James joins Janine. Talk to me about it.
And I think not only did Noelle deserve an Oscar, but I feel like, maybe Owen should have got his nomination as well.
He did too, because he tried to act a little disgruntled.
Yeah. And so she tells James that she's going to use her steal a vote on Owen and steal his vote and use his vote against him.
Right.
But she tells Owen and Sammy that this is what she's going to do. She steals Owen's vote, but instead of using it against him, she uses it and votes for James twice. Right. Now, when she steals his vote, Owen, knowing she's going to steal his vote, is like, "Oh, well, this surprises me because we were on that trip together." We'll see what happens. But he, James was voted out. I believe Carla voted for James as well. So everyone voted for James. So it was a 4-1 vote. He was the only one. James was the only one who had voted for Owen. And when James went out and Owen raised his eyebrows at him like, "Gotcha, bitch."
Gotcha. That was a gotcha, bitch. That's what that was. Gotcha.
I loved it.
Yes, well, and James loved it too. I think he did respect the gameplay.
James was pissed though. James,
you could tell
he went out kind of like a sore loser. Like he went out,
but he still acknowledged that it was a good game move. He still acknowledged it was a good game move. But like the ticker says, he got too big for his britches. His ass had to get to getting. He thought he was running some shit, and he found out that Owen and them had just a little bit more pull. Well. And there's another aspect I think we're going to have to come back to after we talk about the other group and how their situation played out. But the way the camps were split up, all of the allies weren't together. So they didn't have complete control of the outcome of the eliminations tonight. But let's switch over to Cody's group. The conversation was between who? Who were the options tonight in Cody's group?
Cassidy and Ryan.
We predicted that Cassidy was going to be in the conversation, and did you suggest that Ryan also would be as well? Yeah, I thought you did. I wasn't quite as sure, but those were the two names.
The only thing that was keeping him alive before was just that they found it, better to get rid of somebody else at that point. But at the last time he was, potentially a target, I felt like they should have gotten rid of him then. And he felt like if he kept feeding everybody, he
even tried to guilt them at the last minute. What did he say? I got 30 pounds of clam shells.
Man, bye with your clams.
Well, first off, let me just say this
peanut butter and jelly. I don't want your clams.
Were the clam shells indicative of what he has already fed them, meaning that they're empty? Or are they fresh clams which are now spoiling in your bag that you are trying to feed me? I'm trying to figure out what the hell you talking about, because you either fed me, which you ain't no good to me at the moment, or you got some food that's spoiling.
They had peanut butter and jelly. They ain't worried about the damn clams.
They don't need him. Hey, they probably had the crunchy Jif and all that shit. They had Peter Pan and Jif.
Them out the jar. So I mean,
they probably had the one with the peanut butter and the jelly in the same jar with the stripes round and everything. Oh Lord, who is this calling me? Oh, that's G Mama calling me.
Uh-oh.
We're going to celebrate G Mama's G Mama G Daddy's 60th wedding anniversary this weekend. She don't know that I'm on a live. She said, you better hang up and call me back. I got to call G Mama when we get up off of here. So
Yeah,
let's talk
we'll
about
keep this one. We'll keep this one short.
Short and sweet, so I can get back to
So
G Mama.
back to G Mama. Okay. Priorities, people.
That's right. Hashtag 60 years. Put it up there. Yeah,
Right.
we're going to celebrate. you know, she calling me because I'm DJing, so she got this. She can want to add a song to the list.
This is an important call. Come on, let's get back to it so we can.
Look, he said you better. He said you better. So Cassidy and James were the conversation.
And tell her that he gonna call her back in 10 minutes.
Yeah, call G Mama for me. Why don't you call her for me, Cullen? Call G Mama, help me.
No, just call her and tell her he gonna call her back in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Then we fixing to wrap it up like a BET condom commercial.
Yeah, we got a timer. Let's go.
Call her, Cullen. Call her for me. Be useful. Thank you. I love you. Oh, he said, gotcha. Thank you. I was about to start talking shit. You know me. I can't help it. Okay. So back to Cassidy and Ryan. Did you think that the rationale was correct in terms of the determination of who they eliminated tonight?
I mean, I still think that, in which I thought before, that Ryan is the bigger threat physically than Cassidy. So, I mean,
see, you saying that now, but I remember when you was all Team Ryan, when he was digging up half the damn island and finding shit first.
Yeah,
you was all over him.
I'm saying, I like him. He's still a comp beast, and that's why I'm saying that makes him a threat. Like, he's a comp beast. And as you're getting down in numbers, and we're not a team anymore, and we're playing individual games, now you're my enemy because you're a comp beast. When we're on the same tribe, by all means, dig that shit up, bro.
He said, hey, man, I am hungry. You say you had some clams? You said you had some.
But now that it's an individual game, like, you know, this ain't.
Right. Everybody got a blind side tonight. James is gone home.
James got the biggest blind side, and I loved every second of it. I loved every second of it. Ryan, I think, did too, even though I think he knows his name has been in the conversation. I think that's why he's been trying to feed them to try to stay on their good side.
Hello.
But he was at least a good sport about it. Even while he was being eliminated, he was smiling and stuff, you know. I don't think he's a bad guy. I'm just saying, as a competitor, he's a comp beast, and if for individual game playing, like, you know.
Right. Well, I don't know that Ryan had much to do with the strategy that was going on in the game.
He didn't
James
have any
definitely
strategy.
more did, which is why he took it more personal, because he thought he was in there running some shit.
Yeah.
Or at least he thought he was on the side that was running some shit.
I mean, and everyone else did too. So that's why, and that's, even Carla knew, you know, he's on my side, but for how long? And he is running things like for my individual game, you know, she's playing for herself now. So she had a little smile on when she voted for him too. But Ryan smiled while he was being, you know, eliminated. But when James had to take his torch up, he talked shit the whole time. And I was like, man, shut that voice box up and get out of here.
I was like, they need to be wrapping his ass up. Like, we need to be wrapping this goddamn show up. Somebody needs to go on and just do this. Get one good time. Damn it. Just wrap it up.
For him, yes.
Please, sir, you've said enough. Ratings are dropping. People are trying to adjust the antennas on their house. People are calling Comcast, wondering if the signal is bad. Shut up.
So where do you think we go from here?
Well, shit, I don't know. See, because if they keep splitting them up and doing different shit like this, game could be anything, but I don't expect this to happen again. I think, you know, this is like their version of the double eviction. I don't think that you have more than one of those on a season. So I think it's every man for himself. I think Cody has his alliance. Are Cody and Carla working together?
Yeah, Cody, Carla, Jesse, And I think
I'm
now
trying to figure.
Gabler
I'm trying to figure. Have we broken down into two sides? Do we still have three groups? What?
is
How is it looking? Like I'm trying to
it's
figure
two.
this.
Um,
Two, right?
yeah, I don't really know. It seemed like I don't even know who's with who at this point.
Right.
It seemed like
Yeah, I'm
it
about to say
switches
it could
up
go. It could
every
go any which
day.
way.
Every day.
It definitely could go any
Who
which
would you
way.
mind not seeing leave tomorrow or next week?
I just want to say before I answer that question, I apologize if I don't recognize your questions. I have noticed that there are times when I don't get all the questions or all the comments in the StreamYard. So if I don't acknowledge you, I apologize. But thank you for tuning in on this evening. I am the Milkman, and she is Just Bree, and we talk all things Survivor. Who do I want to see targeted next week? I wouldn't mind some of the people who have thought that the shit was sweet. Maybe get a little taste. I think it would be cool to see Owen squirm a little bit more next week. I think it would be cool to
He's
see
been
Cassidy.
squirming this whole game, I feel like.
Oh, well, I mean, I definitely would like to see Cassidy's name thrown back out there, especially now. I think her head might be even bigger after having dodged this bullet.
You don't care
But
about
I
her
also,
top story.
but my opinion will be shaped based on how her interaction moving forward. So if she acts like she got a big head, I'm be ready for her to go. If she come back team player, whatever, I don't know. It might change, but I don't have anybody new on my radar, so it would be the same people that have been already talked about.
For me, and I've mentioned this before, Jesse. I wouldn't mind seeing Jesse
Only
leave.
because he's a weak link. He's an easy
And
target.
he's sitting too pretty. He's been comfortable this
He ain't gonna win
entire
Survivor
time.
though.
He's been comfortable this entire time. Nobody's ever thrown his name out. He's never been looked at as a target or anybody to eliminate.
He's looked at as the person that can get knocked off.
And he's comfortable this entire time.
Right.
But he's the weak link. He's getting carried. And he
ain't doing no fishing.
But I don't know how Survivor works out, how the challengers go towards it gets to the end. But in Big Brother, we have seen people who've been carried that actually carry to the end and win the prize. And
once
again,
I would be so mad
if that happened. I don't know.
Right.
I mean, he may never be able to win one of these competitions. I don't know how the competitions go. At this rate, it's not looking good for him. But
not so much.
Yeah, I don't like that he's sitting so comfortable.
You see our handy-capable friend Noelle winning a challenge before him.
Yeah.
In a head-to-head physical competition, Noelle kicks his ass.
Because she's an athlete.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
For real.
He seems very weak.
Hey, for the same reason they took old dude's gold medals, one of her legs don't get tired. One of her legs legs don't get tired, damn it. Don't.
So I wouldn't mind seeing Jesse leave.
Okay.
And I don't want to see another girl leave. So I can't really throw Cassidy's name out there because I don't want to see another girl leave. But
so name drop another male. Go ahead, put Cody out there. Somebody you've been rocking with.
I like Cody.
You flipped on Ryan so quick. Let me hear.
I didn't flip on Ryan.
Hey, who's playing the narrative? Me.
I wouldn't mind Cody winning, so I'm not gonna vote for the females. I like Carla and Noelle, and for the guys, I like Cody. Like I wouldn't mind Cody winning because I feel like he's played. Or Gabler, because I feel like the two of them had to play social. They've played physical, like they've done,
Right, and they both been at risk, and they both had to save themselves.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so I feel like they're playing a good.
They're
game.
Deserving at this point.
Right,
yeah.
Right. I like the game they're playing.
Right,
and they haven't been like too unscrupulous or doing nothing like majorly dirty.
Check you
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
That's okay.
Majorly dirty in their gameplay either. So I like that. I like that.
You know, I don't mind. I don't mind a little dirty gameplay. I don't mind it.
And I like Sammy. Although Sammy keep talking about wanting to make
Wait.
as soon as,
Sammy gonna say to Carla, well, who do you trust more?
but
Sammy
like that
put
he
it
put
out
her
there
up.
himself. And then at the tribal council, what did he said, who look, did that comment he made at tribal council, who do you want? He asked that at tribal council while Jeff was talking. And I still love how Jeff just be stirring the goddamn pot, boy.
Mm-hmm.
He said, so, Cass, tell me about this. James, tell me about this. Tell me about this. Whoa. Okay.
It had to have been like the producers have to tell him, no, this is who you're going to ask this question to. Because he'd be asking the perfect questions to the perfect person.
Oh, shit. First of all, he stirred that shit up between Owen and James walked in there like shit was cool. They walked in there like everything was fine. Like they had worked it out.
Conversation after that, it's been fine. And he like, nope, I need to know
I need
what
to
happened. I need all the details.
They might have been more angry at tribal council than originally. Shit, he stirred it right up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking all this water over here. I'm trying not to sound like James.
Yep.
I'm trying to stay hydrated. Well, I definitely am telling you, Survivor is getting more exciting by the week.
Definitely.
We are learning more by the week. I do hope they have a Chateau de la something over there instead of, I hope they don't have to rough it and go fishing when you make it to the jury on Survivor. I don't know how that works.
I don't know either, but at least I hope
we're going to find out. We're going to find out because we done made it over halfway through. So we sticking it out to the end. We're assuming that there's an episode next week on Thanksgiving Eve. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Scenes from next week, so I assume they mean next week, and not the week after Thanksgiving. But
right. We're gonna go with that's what they meant because that's what they said.
That's what they meant, yeah. Because that's what they said.
Because that's what they said. But until then, we're gonna wrap this shindig up like an old school BET condom commercial. You ready? It's time to wrap
it up.
And I get the last word because that's what happens around here. Until next time, people.
That's going to be me.